Hi, welcome to our last day in Seville.
Today is February
8th,
8th. It's a Saturday,
Saturday.
our third and final day in Seville. And before we take our train to Cordoba. Cordoba.
Yes. And when we last left off, we were in Jerez.
Packing, cleaning. We didn't do anything fun. Walking around, of course.
Yeah.
Packing and cleaning. And then we came here.
We went to the pond.
We did go to the pond. The pond was nice.
Drainage for the city, which turned out to be really nice. One place that we could have gone more.
But it rained.
Well, yeah, whatever. It was good.
So we got here on Wednesday, February 5th. We took the train and we got here, and there's an airport bus that goes from airport, the train station we got to, and one of the stops is immediately across from our hotel, which we can see from our hotel window.
Plaza de Armas.
Yeah. The airport bus for $5. So that
From
was
the Santa Justa train station. It was $5. It was easy. We got on. It took us right here.
We got here around 11, and our room was not quite ready, but they let us put our bags in the luggage room. And then we went for a walk, and we walked through the Triana, not Albania,
Triana neighborhood.
And then we got a coffee and hung out for a little bit until we came back, and our room was ready by like what, 12:30.
Walked along the river a little bit.
Walked on the river, and then we went to the Seville Cathedral, which has another name that I don't know.
Cathedral of Mary C. or something like that.
Yeah.
S-E-E.
So we went there because the tomb of Christopher Columbus
is there.
Presumably. So we
There's
saw
some
that.
controversy over that, but you can read it online.
And that was a church.
Yeah, same as every church. I mean, it was okay. It was bigger,
It was big.
taller. There was, and it is one of the taller ones. I don't know the tallest in the world, maybe, but probably not. One of the bigger ones. So from floor to ceiling, bigger.
Yeah, I mean, it was
But,
impressive, but it was a church.
Yeah, after you've seen one, you've kind of seen them.
And we did get to walk up that
Tower.
Tower
It
thing.
doesn't have stairs. It has
What sort? A
wedges.
slope.
A slope.
God world.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we made an informed decision to get paella.
Yeah, well, food was a problem because the hours of food. We don't have a kitchen here, so
Food is a challenge here for me, especially. One, it's all tapas, which a lot of it is pork based, and I don't try to eat pork
for
at all.
religious reasons.
So I have a lot of trouble with that. Restaurants are open from like 1:30 to 4 for lunch, and then they don't open again till like 8 or 9 for dinner. So you have to really plan sightseeing and eating time.
At least for our culture, it's completely different.
Yeah. It's hard for me. So then you take, and I feel the tapas restaurants are kind of intimidating. So we haven't really gone in any because you have to pick all these little plates, and they're kind of like all bar type settings.
Yeah, you're gonna end up. No, I'm not gonna say. There's pork. There's fish. There's probably lots of different foods. It's just getting through the whole thing, which is stressful.
Well, we've walked by a lot of them, and not a lot of the food looks like something I'd want to eat. So anyway, we found a takeout paella place. So you could order paella. They had a couple little tables right by the cathedral. So we did that. We had seafood paella. And it was okay.
It wasn't that great.
It was kind of greasy. I had the shrimp in it because I couldn't eat any of the other weird seafood things, and they were good.
It was a tourist spot, so it's
Yeah.
tourist paella, so maybe it's not fair.
A little greasy, a little weird. But we ate it. But,
shrimp and mussels is what we decided.
yeah, you thought it was scallops too, but I don't know
And
what those
mussels and
things
possibly
are.
scallops. But the way it was in the window, and when you ordered it, it was taken to the microwave.
Well, they scooped the rice out of the big paella pan,
Yeah.
and then they went over to another counter and from a container on the counter put the seafood in, and then they microwaved it.
Microwave,
For like
which
a
that
couple
should have been
minutes.
a red flag. But
Anyway, we ate it.
It is, and lots of people are eating it.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
There's more to this story. But after that, I was still hungry, so we went to McDonald's. And I had chicken nuggets, and they were really good. And then we walked around. We went to see the Metropole Parasol or La Cetus or
Largest
whatever.
wooden structure in the world.
We didn't pay to go. It would have been like $15
We read that
a
it wasn't
person.
that great. And after paying for the church, and you're kind of like, well,
I'll save my
Yeah.
$30.
yeah.
And what else?
And we just kind of hung out there.
Oh yeah, we came back and we were gonna go to bed for early to have a good night's
Well, we
sleep.
got ice cream.
Oh, we did get ice cream at
McFlurry
McDonald's.
at McDonald's. McDonald's is the easiest place
It's
to
right
do
across the
everything.
street. So we came back. We're gonna get a good night's sleep because we're gonna go out for breakfast in the morning. We had a plan, and then
I don't know,
dun,
about
dun, dun.
midnight, the old stomach started. Paella turned to pyorrhea
So Jason,
and gastroenteritis,
for
dysentery
hours
for a couple hours.
till I don't what.
But didn't puke, but had to first really try to hold back from puking.
And we're in a very small hotel room with the bathroom is like
So yeah,
feet
you
away.
can't do anything. You just
So I experienced it all as well.
so up for hours.
So that was fun. So
Unfortunately, eventually it went away.
it did.
It only lasted a couple hours.
You took a bunch of Pepto.
Ugh.
So we were supposed to go for breakfast that next morning, but at like 4 a.m, we canceled our alarm. We knew Jason wasn't eating. So we decided to sleep in. So we did sleep in, what, 8:30, maybe 9,
Mhm.
maybe. And at that point we decided we would just go to the grocery store, and you got a banana and some bread and orange juice. And
Which is fine.
oranges.
Stomach was back to normal.
Yeah. So we had that for breakfast. I had a pastry. You did not. And then we had tickets for the Alcazar, which is not how you say it here, but I can't do it. At 1, we are going to tour the Royal Palace at 1, and you're allowed to get in 1 hour early. So we get there, and it's 11:50, and the guy goes to the ticket thing, and he looks, and he's like, "You have to wait 10 minutes."
Which you
Get
had
in
read.
at 12, which I had read. So at 12 o'clock, we were finally allowed to walk in.
And you can't sit there and say this is stupid because it's a cultural difference.
It was fine. We got to people watch for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we went in, walked around the Alcazar, and then
Which was okay, crowded, lots of tourists here. And this is not even tourist season.
No.
So for us coming from Jerez, though, a lot more tourists.
it was a lot.
And that's kind of a difference. But in Seville, you're going to have more tourists.
And the Alcazar itself doesn't really have, you're looking at the tiles and the architecture and that kind of stuff, but it's not really decorated.
No, it's just stuff on the wall.
Yeah.
It's
Tapestries and
Yeah.
paintings.
the facades.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we went to the 1 o'clock tour of the royal apartments, which apparently the King and Queen of Spain still use, but I can't imagine. And that took maybe, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
You just listened to an audio guide, and security guards guided you around.
You got a 1990s audio guide
Yeah.
thing because you have to lock everything
You
up.
can't take your phone.
Can't take anything in.
So we did that, and that was nice. It had furniture and
Yeah, not really furniture.
not a ton of furniture.
No.
So we did that, and then we walked around.
The gardens,
Oh yeah, the gardens. Saw peacocks.
watch people.
And then we went out to lunch for Italian. And it was really good. It was
Yep.
the best meal I think I've had here.
But the waitress was very fluent in English,
And she was
and
really
she was very
good.
attentive, which is completely...
She was like a U.S. waitress.
Yeah.
Like, do you need a more drink?
Yeah.
Cleaning up dishes. Do you want to share? I'll bring this. But we had croqueta. We had really good risotto, like a herb risotto. So it was like bright green with pine nuts and cheese. And the diavola, the only pizza that's spicy that we get everywhere. We get pizza. So that was really good.
Couldn't get the menu to come on, but we figured it out.
And we were exhausted, so we came back and we did take a nap. We were both kind of wilting at that point. And then we decided to walk in the evening down to Plaza de España.
We went down there and walked around.
And it was very empty, which was really nice. There was a guy playing the flute. Was that a flute? Electric flute. And then we came back to the hotel kind of early, like 8:30, but we had walked 9 miles that day, so we were tired. And then Friday we finally got to go to Billy Brunch, which we had gone to Billy Brunch in Barcelona, and I really liked it. You liked it.
Yeah, it was okay.
Our experience this time was not as good.
No, it was good.
But it was good. I had pancakes.
I mean, it's American. It's the closest to United States food you're gonna get.
Well, you had a British breakfast, so he had beans and toast and eggs and mushrooms and tomato.
No ketchup.
No ketchup.
Whereas in Barcelona, I got ketchup.
Yeah.
And you could ask, but it's a different way of doing things, so it's just not. It's just different.
We're not complaining. It's just different. Sometimes
you have to remember
you want it to be easy
different.
and it's not. So then we decided to walk to Plaza de España in the daylight. So we did do that. We walked back down there.
Well, we were going to go to the military museum.
Oh.
That was just different. So we didn't go.
They wanted
you to lock up everything.
Everything. So
and for us, it was more making a stand against.
Well, I have our passports, our extra money, all of our credit cards because I don't want to leave them in the hotel room.
And we read this though. We read this is how it was, and
so I tried to put all of that in like a small bag, but she still saw it.
We could have done it differently, but it was more about making a stand against going in somewhere that that does that kind of thing. So we didn't go.
Yeah, it was like a locker you could have pried open with your hands, so it just didn't feel really safe.
We could have gotten around it, but we opted not to go.
We
we just watched people instead. Which is kind of our favorite pastime, walking and watching.
Yeah, so it's an area with lots of Instagram photos being taken with posing and outfits, so that's pretty fun to watch. And then we went to the park. What's that called? Park called Maria
I don't know.
something. Across the street and hung out there. We saw some ducks and some tiny little babies. And just hung out there, and then we decided to go to Cuckoo Churro, which I saw the night before.
Tourist churros. The
Churros.
tourist version. If you do the tourist version, you can usually make it easier versus going to like a place and sitting down trying to figure out who to talk to, when to talk to them.
It was like a popcorn tub with 5 giant churros and a little dippy cup of chocolate for €5. We didn't eat all of it, but it was good. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, again, Spanish food. Yeah.
So then after that, we came back to the hotel, and then in the late afternoon, we walked to the Macarena area. So there's a basilica.
Well, because that's where they shot people during the Civil War.
That's why we went, to see where people were shot.
The nationalists shot Republican supporters there, executed them.
And there's a church.
And there's a church. But mainly for the execution spot.
Yeah. So that was a nice walk because it was more suburban, or not suburban, but
not touristy.
People lived there. Kids on bikes and
people having their lives.
Volleyball games, and anyway, it was nice. And we saw the church and we saw where the people were shot. And then we walked a meandering way back through town. And it was time to deal with food again. And we just...
So our choices were McDonald's, but we happened to see Taco Bell on the way.
Taco Bell, we're like,
Which we've seen, but we haven't gone.
let's try it.
And it didn't look good. I knew it. I looked it up when we were in Jerez and thought, this doesn't look good. They don't have beans. They just...
Well, you only get
You're
beans
expecting American culture or your American food in a place that is different. And that expectation just doesn't work out.
And they don't have sauce packages, which is a very bad thing for Jason.
Well, and just in general, that's what Taco Bell is.
Well, I feel bad that that's what Spanish people think is Taco Bell.
But to them, they probably like it because
Yeah.
they wouldn't eat ours. They would think ours is
Well,
disgusting.
the plain taco was actually very similar to the U.S., but
Everything else is very different. It's just a completely different. It's not.
it was
completely
disappointing.
Different.
Different.
It's different. When
So-
you expect United States things, that's not what it's about.
So then we came back. Again, we had walked like 9 miles, so we were tired, and that brings us to Saturday, which is today. We got up, we went to the grocery store for some breakfast things, and our train is at 12.
Feels good.
Yeah.
We found a new thing for
A new
breakfast.
pastry. It was really good. Our train is at 12:25, so we'll leave at 11, walk across the street, catch the bus to the train station, and we're not traveling on Renfe, we're traveling on
Via or something like that.
IRYO.
Oh, yeah,
Irio. I don't know how it's pronounced, but
Your
it's a
first
different.
time on that bus?
No, train.
Train, yeah.
Yeah, so it should be interesting to go on a different kind of train brand.
I have no.
Expectation.
Yeah.
I expect it'll be difficult.
Yeah. I guess it's better. Maybe we'll think it'll be difficult and it'll be easy, surprisingly.
So it's only like a 40-minute train ride, and we'll go to Cordoba, and we're there for 3 nights.
And so far, we know of a Japanese restaurant.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
So
go there.
we'll see how that goes.
It's open from 1:30 to 4 today, and it's a 15-minute walk from our apartment.
Sushi seems like it would be hard to make different.
Maybe yakisoba. It's gonna be good.
Okay.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Seville's been fun. It's very pretty here.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a nice place.
We did realize that for our future travels, I think a town the size of Seville is too large for what we find enjoyable.
I don't know about the largest. I think it's just the popularity of it. It's just a little bit more crowded. Once we went out in those other neighborhoods, it was better. I don't know if I'd want to do a month.
A month would be a lot. There'd be a lot of people.
Yeah.
And traffic.
Yeah. Noise. Yeah. But there's green spaces. There are advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah, it has many more green spaces.
Yeah.
That was the downfall for Jerez. There were just no good
And
outdoor areas.
dog feces. That's
Dog
a big
poo
thing.
everywhere in Jerez. Like,
Because they don't clean it up off the
everywhere.
streets. I mean, they do in some places, but you gotta really watch.
but that's a comment we've made here multiple times. There's no dog poo on
Yeah,
the street.
there's not.
I mean, there is some, but
There's
it's
some,
not
but
like,
not like there.
like in Jerez, you could not really look up.
There's a good chance you might end up with it on your shoe.
Yeah, so it's always like pushing and pulling each
the
other.
sidewalks are more
a little wider, a little
and more walkable. Yeah, in Jerez they were uneven and
very
a
narrow.
little bit more dangerous. So advantages and disadvantages.
But we're having fun.
We'll see what Cordoba is like.
Bye.
Bye.